The Clown in the Closet. In the quiet town of Terry, nestled deep within the mountains, there lived a family. The Abbeys were the epitome of the idyllic American family. Mr. and Mrs. Abbey, a picture of domesticity, lived in a quaint two-story house that had been in the family for generations. Their only child, young Karen, was a precocious 8-year-old with an insatiable curiosity. But little did the Abbeys know that their peaceful life was about to be shattered by an entity that would haunt them forever. The trouble began one rainy evening when Karen was alone in her room, huddled under her quilt with her stuffed animals. The soft pitter-patter of raindrops on the window pane played a soothing lullaby, and she was almost asleep when she heard a faint noise coming from her closet. She dismissed it as a product of her overactive imagination, attributing the sound to the creaks and groans of the old house. However, the noise persisted, growing louder and more distinct. It wasn't the sound of the house settling. It was more like a muffled chuckle, faint, but unmistakably eerie. Karen's heart quickened, and she gathered her courage to investigate the source of the disturbance. With trembling hands, she reached for the closet door and slowly pushed it open. Her room was dimly lit, the rain outside casting eerie shadows. As the door creaked open, she felt her breath catch in her throat. There, hanging amidst the dark clothes, was a grotesque sight that would forever haunt her nightmares. A life-sized clown with a wide, maniacal grin painted across its face dangled from the coat hanger. Its eyes seemed to gleam with malevolence, and its arms were outstretched as if beckoning Karen closer. Terror gripped her as she took in the clown's hideous features, the painted red lips, the red bulbous nose, and the disconcerting glassy eyes that seemed to follow her every move. It wore a frilly, multicolored costume, and its hair was a tangled mess of bright red curls. Its unsettling grin seemed to mock her innocence. Karen's scream echoed through the house, and her parents rushed to her room. But when they arrived, the closet was empty. They comforted their frightened daughter, assuring her that it had been a bad dream. However, Karen couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister lurked in that closet. Over the next few weeks, Karen's parents dismissed her claims as the result of her overactive imagination. They never saw the clown themselves and attributed her nightmares to stress or the unsettling weather. But the nightmare didn't stop for Karen, and each night she heard the soft, malevolent laughter emanating from the closet. Karen's once happy demeanor began to wither, and her parents grew increasingly concerned. They took her to a therapist, but no amount of counseling seemed to ease her fears. She became withdrawn and obsessed with the closet, constantly begging her parents to move her to a different room. Her pleas fell on deaf ears, as her parents believed that relocating her would only exacerbate her irrational fears. One night, unable to take it any longer, Karen decided to confront the source of her torment. She entered her room determined to face the clown head-on. As she slowly opened the closet door, the laughter grew louder, echoing through the room like a haunting refrain. The clown, still hanging there, seemed to have grown more sinister. Its grin had widened, and its eyes gleamed with an unholy light. Karen could almost hear it taunting her, whispering dreadful secrets that sent shivers down her spine. The closet was suddenly filled with a putrid stench, as if something rotten lay hidden within. Gathering her courage, Karen reached out to touch the clown, only to be met with a horrifying realization. The clown was not a mere decoration. It was flesh and blood. It was a grotesque, living entity suspended from the hanger. The vision struck her like a thunderbolt, and she screamed in horror. Her parents rushed to her room, drawn by her agonized cries. They gasped at the sight before them, a grotesque, nightmarish clown hanging in the closet. As they rushed forward to free her from this nightmarish entity, the clown sprang to life, its razor-sharp teeth snapping at them. The room erupted into chaos as the family desperately fought for their lives, the clown's laughter now a cacophony of madness. The clown's movements were unpredictable, its limbs twisting and contorting in ways that defied all logic. With one final chilling laugh, the clown seized Karen, its maniacal grin stretching impossibly wide as it devoured her whole. Her parents could do nothing but watch in helpless horror as their beloved daughter was consumed by this monstrous supernatural fiend. The room fell silent, the only sound the soft, sinister laughter of the clown as it slowly retreated back into the closet. leaving behind nothing but a trail of blood and a profound, bone-chilling emptiness. The Abbeys were never the same again. They moved out of Terry, forever scarred by the nightmare that had invaded their lives. No one in the town ever knew the truth of what had happened, and the house stood abandoned, a haunting reminder of the family that had once called it home. As for Karen, she was lost to the closet, forever trapped in a world of nightmares, her existence now nothing but a haunting memory that would make the bravest souls shiver in fear. And the clown in the closet? It remained there, waiting for its next victim, its evil laughter echoing through the empty house, a malevolent presence that would continue to torment anyone who dared to enter its domain. For in the darkest corners of the world where nightmares come to life, the evil that dwells in the human heart can take on a form so terrifying that even the bravest souls cannot escape its grasp. The Abbeys learned this the hard way, a lesson that would haunt them for the rest of their days. In the end, it wasn't the house that was haunted, but their own hearts and the darkness that dwelled within.